I ain't never think I'd have to report on this in my life. The YNs have gone completely insane. They are right now looting houses, $1 million houses, mind you, up in California, in the Hollywood, Los Angeles area. They're looting these houses from the victims from the forest fires without any type of mind, thought, or care about anyone that is a victim of this. And it's almost as if it's a Democrat problem on top of a Democrat problem. We're already seeing through the failed mayor that they have up there in Los Angeles that they don't have access to the water because they didn't appropriate the city funds where they should have been. Now they got a bigger problem. You got the YNs that get to move in, take advantage of Democrat policy, which destroys the city, and now they're getting to loot from the destruction of a destroyed city. I mean, this is truthfully the entire circle of life of a Democrat Party happening right before our very eyes of what happens when you embrace these people and you bring them into your city. And I'm not just talking about the young niggas. Don't make no damn sense. It does not make any sense. It's like, and then somehow when this footage comes out, we somehow always get caught on camera. It's always a black person. Nigga, stay inside. Be human being. Let's stop this. And please don't be flooding my comments. Oh, white people. Oh, they riot. Oh, they steal. Oh, they kill. Yes, they do. But nigga, why are they not on camera like we are? Why do we have to go out and find it? It's not out there as much as us. We crash out too much. This is unacceptable, bro. And it's at the point when people talk about looting, I'm over here looking at it, holding my eyes like this, like I hope they ain't black. I hope they ain't black. I hope they ain't black. We shouldn't be at this point in America where we're seeing crimes be committed, and the first thing we think of, the skin color, because it makes it harder for black Americans. Niggas and black Americans aren't the same people. It's a completely different race. You see, black Americans can understand that looting is wrong, yet you don't take advantage of victims. Young niggas, in case you don't know, YN is short for young niggas. They don't have any remorse. They're not like us. They're a complete different species, bruh. They're not human, bro. They don't have the same morals, or they have a lack thereof. They aren't the same. There needs to be I've said before, a second segregation from black Americans and young niggas. So when this goes viral, stuff like this goes viral, people seeing them do the absolute worst in society, they can say, oh, them ain't black people, them young niggas.
Over last night and this morning, we are up to 20 individuals who chose to go into our areas and deprive these poor people who have been through so much of their property. Absolutely unacceptable. And I'm going to give direction to our department members. As you know, when we have an evacuation order by law, if you remain in that area, you are guilty of a misdemeanor. If you commit certain crimes, it could jump up to a felony. I'm going to be asking our employees to start enforcing that. That is very different than a curfew. Why? Because it's 24/7. I don't have to wait for the sun to go down.
Look at that. You see what I'm saying? And this is the thing. A lot of times, I'll go into the mindset of people that's doing this. They'll say, well, we're not hurting nobody. It doesn't matter. These are houses that's going to burn down. They're targeting houses that aren't burned down. And let's say if the houses do end up getting burned down, the fact that reports of looting starts going viral, police have to respond. And that response makes it harder for other individuals. It just makes it hard for everyone. You can sit there and think, oh, I'm poor. It's only hard for me. They got it good. You make it hard for everyone. Not only the person's house that you hit, but the people that's not even a target. They have to go through these curfews. They have to go through these different type of restrictions just to try to maintain order. But in a peaceful society, we can get back to normalcy if people could act normal. But when you out there acting like an animal, they're going to put you in a zoo. And that's what they're having to do now. Like, we have to stop. We have to stop. This is unacceptable. The fact that this is taking place where people are losing their freaking homes. And mind you, YNs aren't even thinking. That's the point. YNs don't think. It's all about them, now. YNs not even comprehending the fact that a lot of these people were kicked off their insurance companies, bro. They need what they have. And it is just, It's a disgusting mindset that is created through a liberal wokehood. It's a woke victimhood mindset that liberals are constantly creating. And it's been said times and times again, but if you feel like you're a victim at all times, you'll just feel like a greater victim than those that are truly victims at the time. And I know that doesn't sound the best way to present that, but there's no other way I could. If you are currently a victim and you say, man, I'm in the projects, and then the forest fires happen and they affect all of California, right? So you in the projects and it affect the people in the mansions. Because you have that victim mindset, you're going to say, I'm a greater victim than him. He has the money to be able to go leave his house. He has the money to be able to fly out, so I'm going to hit his house. It does nothing. It does nothing but create chaos and makes it harder for everyone, including you. And we just got to start understanding the butterfly effects of everything that we do. It might seem minuscule to you. Hey, let's say you go and break into that house and you steal an engagement ring that the dude might have for his wife. I mean, I know that's unlikely. Someone would take the ring, but in a rush, let's say that he had an engagement ring that he was going to present to his soon-to-be wife. You steal that damn ring. He gets so upset from it. He can't replace it. He gets to drinking, then becomes abusive to the wife. Like, there are butterfly effects to things we do, but young niggas can't think past 2 damn minutes. And it's at the point now I wish I could Thanos these niggas out of here and snap it away, because I'm tired of being black and seeing ignorant blacks walking around representing an entire race when they're the minority. They're just so damn loud. It's like they're everywhere. They're like roaches, bro.
Family out. All you have in your mind is just you're in survival mode at that point. I saw men coming into our neighborhoods. Police confirmed it. She had this to say. Take a listen.
It was wild. We just started seeing all these cars pull up, doors open, and groups of men running up our street, going up to the doors of these houses. And we weren't sure what was going on. I'm thinking, are these people here to help my neighbors? I hope so. And I left, and then my husband talked to the police and said, what are those guys doing? These guys don't live here. Get them out. My next door neighbor said, his quote, there were like 100 people that came up on scooters and were trying to get into any and all houses on the street.
And did you physically see police officers stopping them?
I didn't, but it's not to say that they weren't. It was so incredibly chaotic, and I was so worried about my big family and getting them out of our old tinderbox of a house that I was just focused on them first.
Go ahead.
It doesn't make no sense.
So I'm here in Pacific Palisades at the site of what used to be my sister's home. She's lived here for a while, a long time, with her family, and now this home, along with the homes in this street in this neighborhood, are just gone. I've been here for over 60 years. I've not seen devastation like this in my lifetime.
Now, you know, you two don't like conspiracy, so let's keep things official. Los Angeles is a target for one of the smart cities. I wonder how this would affect that. And what most people are starting to say, that they feel like the fires did start naturally, but there were very powerful and influential people that started causing their own fires for insurance. This is the thing. I don't say it's impossible for any of those things to happen. I do feel like it naturally was a fire, and as humans would, they saw a way to monetize that event. And that's in many different scenarios. Do I think that a bunch of billionaires and billionaires got together and said, let's burn everything down for our money? No, but I don't put it past people that are greedy to, in a literal sense, fuel the flames so they can monetize that situation.
You have to harken back to the 1990s when we were hit with the floods and the fires and the earthquakes and the riots to even get close to this. Now, I'm absolutely convinced that LA is incredibly resilient, and like it's done many, many times before, Angelenos will come back and build this back better than ever. But for the people who are thinking, the criminals who are out there thinking about taking advantage of this situation through looting or through scams or over the internet and preying on vulnerable victims, let me make it quite clear what's going to happen. The DA's office, working with law enforcement, is going to arrest you, they're going to prosecute you, and you will be punished to the full extent of the law. That's a promise.
The fact that they have to put out these goddamn Captain America speeches when talking about victims just shows you how bad it is. You have to sit here and issue out threats Like, bro, just act normal. It's like, damn, we just keep your hands to yourself, bro. It's bad enough out here. 2025 is starting off in a horrible way. We don't need to see a bunch of YNs all on camera making the entire race look bad. Like I said, I'm going to say it again. I wish I could Thanos snap these niggas away.
Hey, if you evacuated and you heard that your house didn't burn down, I'll get back over to that motherfucker, because they are breaking in shit. They are ransacking shit on everything. So if you heard that your house made it, like some of these houses, you need to get back home, because they running through shit. My mom's house survived the fire, but somebody broke in last night and ransacked her shit, went through her cabinets, went through all of that. So if your house made it, make sure you get back to make sure.
Now look at this. What's different with this house? Man, I'm just so tired of YNs. They're not even just hitting millionaire houses. I mean, well, I'm sorry. Almost every house in California $1 million. But they're not hitting these super celebrity mansions, or not. They're hitting whatever they can. It's absolute selfishness. It's like they're not even just targeting the rich, and it doesn't excuse anything. Please don't think I'm a Robin Hood type. But it's like they're targeting anything they can find. It's like real life roaches seeping for food. I'm just so tired of videos like this. I'm so tired of just a minority group always on camera when a crime being committed. Nigga, I'm tired. I'm just tired of it. And this isn't a type of news post I normally post. It's a little bit similar to the New York post that I did earlier about how the homelessness just completely took over and how it's like a third world country. But it's just so disrespectful. It's so cruel that this story has to be pushed out.
Sure. Motherfuckers ain't acting thirsty.
About leaving because of looters. In fact, Los Angeles police has 2 cruisers here. There's someone detained in the back of the car, caught in the act of looting some of the homes up this curve here. It's why homeowners tell me they're afraid to leave right now. In fact, our cameras saw 3 men on scooters immediately turn around when they saw police. I talked to one homeowner who says she thinks she's going to be leaving soon, but wanted to make sure her house was as safe as she could, spraying a water hose
in the Hollywood Hills. Man, this is crazy. And to me, burglary is one of the biggest problems in California, if not the biggest problem with crime. It's become the culture there of flocking and kicking doors. YNs have been flocking since I was a YN. It's unreal. It's been a problem. And hopefully this highlights it. And just people can just start seeing that, man, there's real lives that's affected. When you're hungry and you starving, you can only focus on your next meal. But hopefully this could highlight some of the issues that we as a people are creating on a community. Because if you don't stop, people are going to view you as a virus. And what you do with virus, you try to cleanse those. You try to get rid of them. And people will say, oh, you a coon, you tap dancing. I just want the best for us. And I know if I have a problem, and it's a group of people that's being a problem, you're going to try to extinguish it. And I know all these other people commit these crimes, but it's about which crimes are on camera, which crimes are in the news, which crimes can we validate. It's about having a validation of crime, and on a day-to-day, we are all over the news. We are all over social media committing crimes. It's about what you see. It's about what you can prove. You can bring up the statistics. I know the statistics. Even majority of the people that are arrested, a lot of them is proven to be falsely accused that are black. But it's about what we see. We're seeing the arrests. So outside of the false accusations, most of it is mistaken identity. But that means a nigga did commit the crime. We just gotta, stuff has to get better. It has
all
to.
over it, hoping that it's enough. Okay, so now we're turning around here. The fire department actually just came. They're at this home here. There's an engine that's come up this street, and these firefighters are actively trying to get into the backyard of a home on the street. We're on Stanley Avenue, just off of Hollywood Boulevard here. They've just been given permission by the homeowner through this electronic keypad here to go into the gate, and they're going in there to the backyard on the other side of this home. To give you an idea of where this fire is in the hills, we've seen flames tonight. It's also the main area that we've seen those helicopters making those drops here. Homeowners tell me that they started hearing those about 2 hours ago, and the smoke has been here for about 3 hours. So we started this hit with saying the street was relatively quiet and homeowners were concerned about looters. Now with the addition of this engine and those firefighters trying to get into the backyard, it's clear that the fire in some capacity may be better reachable from these backyards because these homes are extremely large. So I'm going to send it back to you, and we're going to find out more on where exactly this fire is in relation to this block.
Back with you a little bit later. Thank you so much, Madison, for that. And it's good to let our viewers know that LAPD not taking any chances. If you are seen in an area where you shouldn't be, you will be arrested, as we saw in Madison's report. Let's go to Mike Rogers on the desk. Mike, do you have an update for us?
Yeah, and want to reiterate that Mayor Karen Bass just tweeting that they are deploying additional LAPD officers into the Sunset Fire area to what she says is alleviate evacuation traffic, which, as a person just coming from that area, is an absolute nightmare. Sunset is a nightmare. Hollywood is a nightmare. Laurel Canyon southbound is a nightmare. It is a lot of very difficult traffic in there. SkyCal gives you...
I was getting my whole family out. All you have in your mind is
This is crazy.
Survival mode at that point. I saw men coming into our neighborhoods. Police confirmed it. She had this to say. Take a listen.
It was wild. We just started seeing all these cars pull up, doors open, and groups of men running up our street, going up to the doors of these houses. And we weren't sure what was going on. I'm thinking, are these people here to help my neighbors? I hope so. And I left, and then my husband talked to the police and said, what are those guys doing? These guys don't live here. Get them out. My next door neighbor said, his quote, there were like 100 people that came up on scooters and were trying to get into any and all houses on the street.
And did you physically see police officers stopping them?
I didn't, but it's not to say that they weren't. It was so incredibly chaotic, and I was so worried about my big family and getting them out of our old tinderbox of a house that I was just focused on them first.
To those people that want to go up and loot, the full weight of the county will come down on you. And that's going to start with the district attorney who's issuing a press release and is going to make sure the full extent of the law is played out if you are caught looting in any area impacted.
It's absolutely crazy. 2025, guys. Just look at my post from 2025 compared to what was going on in 2024. What a freaking era we are in right now. This is the craziest start to the year. Last year we just started off with Cat Williams. We getting hit with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'd almost say Luigi Mangione was 2025 energy, but we can give him 2024. If we give 2024 to Luigi, we still got 2 terrorist attacks in one day. A massive fire that's hitting parts of California never hit. Obama and Donald Trump giggling and laughing like 2 high school buddies. Man, we got stories on stories on stories. We only in the 9th of January. What an era. Well, guys, I just got confirmation that I'll be at the inaugural ball. Super excited for that, man. Can't believe I'm honored. So honored and humbled by the invitation there. I'll also be at inauguration and the Trump rally, which is my first Trump rally. I did January 6th. It was kind of like a Trump rally. And when I was in Candace Owens' Blexit, as state director, we did a lot of rallies, but never done a Trump rally. This is my first Trump rally, so I'm excited to see how that's going to get down, and super excited for the ball and excited to engage with you all. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on my next post. Man, we are killing it, man. We breaking narratives together. Let's go narrative breakers until we break the next one.